Imagine a colossal armada of tanks, thousands of infantry, and a legendary commander at their head. Now, imagine every single detail of that formidable force was a complete fabrication. Not a single shot was fired. Yet this phantom army irrevocably decided the fate of the 1944 D-Day landings. The story of Operation Fortitude powerfully underscores a critical truth. In warfare, deception can be far more potent and dangerous than firepower itself. Welcome to our channel, where we delve into the untold historical secrets behind the front lines. Today, we step into the remarkable world of Operation Fortitude, a masterful military deception that fundamentally altered the course of World War II. This isn't a tale of bloody combat, but rather a war of intellect and psychological manipulation, where a shadow force skillfully guided Adolf Hitler into a catastrophic strategic error. It was early 1944. The Allied powers knew an invasion of mainland Europe was imperative, and crucially, Adolf Hitler was equally aware of their intentions. The genuine target was the beaches of Normandy, France. The critical dilemma, however, was stark. Should the German High Command discover the true landing sites beforehand, the entire amphibious assault would undoubtedly be a catastrophic failure. This dire challenge was precisely where Operation Fortitude emerged, a monumental deception plan, ingeniously divided into two distinct components, Fortitude North and Fortitude South. Its overarching objective? To unequivocally convince the Germans that the primary Allied offensive would strike at two entirely different locations, thereby compelling Hitler to retain his vital reserve forces far from the true invasion points in Normandy. The absolute linchpin of this entire operation was Fortitude South, meticulously crafted to deceive the German military into believing that the main invasion force was poised to strike at Pas-de-Calais, the narrowest and most logical crossing point across the English Channel. To accomplish this, the Allies conjured the First U.S. Army Group FUSAG, a formidable American fighting force that existed solely on paper and, more importantly, within the increasingly convinced mind of Adolf Hitler. The stage for this elaborate charade was set across southeast England. For props, they deployed ingeniously crafted, sophisticated inflatable rubber decoys, designed to appear incredibly realistic from aerial reconnaissance. Fake training camps, dummy barracks, and even mock oil pipelines were meticulously erected. To complete the illusion, a cacophony of authentic-sounding activity was generated. Radio engineers spent countless hours broadcasting fabricated wireless communications, phantom orders, bogus logistical reports, and the simulated rumble of moving convoys, all deliberately intended for German intelligence to intercept and interpret. To truly sell this intricate stage play, the Allies needed a convincing lead actor. Their choice was none other than General George S. Patton. Patton was renowned as one of the most aggressive and revered Allied commanders, and, crucially, the general the Nazis feared most. Placing Patton at the head of the fictitious FUSAG was a stroke of psychological genius, a perfect gambit. Patton, despite his considerable frustration at being sidelined from the real invasion, executed his role with brilliant dedication. He made highly visible public appearances, spoke loudly and confidently about the imminent attack on Calais, and was even permitted to visit areas known to be frequented by German spies, ensuring they could accidentally encounter him. This carefully orchestrated performance solidified an unshakable belief within the German High Command. If Patton was in command, this had to be the principal invasion. Then came June 6, 1944. The Normandy landings commenced, with thousands of Allied soldiers pouring onto the bloody beaches. But the most crucial element of this pivotal day was Germany's reaction. Despite mounting reports confirming the Normandy invasion, Hitler and the German High Command remained stubbornly skeptical. They were utterly convinced this assault was merely a minor diversion, a cunning feint, and that Patton was patiently awaiting the perfect moment to unleash his formidable FUSAG divisions upon Calais. In a decision that would prove catastrophic, Hitler issued a fatal order. The elite 1st and 12th SS Panzer divisions, among Germany's most formidable armored units, capable of crushing the Normandy beachhead almost immediately, were to hold their positions absolutely forbidden from moving. They stood idly by, poised, yet waiting for an army that, in reality, never existed. Operation Fortitude was, without question, a resounding triumph. It successfully pinned down over 19 German divisions, a staggering force of approximately 150,000 troops, in Calais and other strategic locations, preventing them from reinforcing the critical battles unfolding in Normandy during those vital initial weeks. But what precisely made Hitler so utterly convinced by this elaborate charade? The answer lies within the Allies' sophisticated network of double agents, brilliantly managed under the code name the Double Cross System. These agents meticulously fed the Nazi intelligence apparatus with painstakingly detailed and consistently reinforcing information. The precise locations of the inflatable tanks, fabricated reports on FUSAG's readiness, and anticipated timing for the Calais landings. These double agents swiftly became Hitler's most trusted and seemingly unimpeachable sources, effectively transforming Allied fabrications into unassailable truths within his own mind. Even weeks after D-Day, the Führer stubbornly clung to the belief that he would soon confront Patton's mighty army in Calais. The incredible story of Operation Fortitude unequivocally demonstrates that wars are not solely won by bullets and bombs, but often by the strategic control of an enemy's perception. It was a victory of sheer intellect, tireless effort, and, indeed, rubber tanks. If this profound historical truth has left you astonished and eager to delve deeper, please hit that like button and subscribe to ensure you don't miss our next wartime secret. What if the Nazis had uncovered the truth about Fortitude earlier? And who are the true masterminds orchestrating this grand psychological drama? Tune in to find out in our very next video.